And a very good evening here. We are bringing you commentary of Scotland against Ukraine today from the Nations League semi-final playoff game. I'm your alternative commentator, Jack Kesson, and you're listening to the Commentary Hub. Kickoff is just minutes away. The teams are coming out. Ukrainian players draped in their national flag. Scotland playing in their traditional all-blue kit. And as the teams come out and the anthems start to play, we'll go through the team news then. For Scotland, the home side today, they line up with Craig Gordon in goals, Scott McTominay, Grant Hanley and Liam Cooper make up the back line. It's a midfield of Aaron Hickey, Billy Gilmore, Callum McGregor and Andy Robertson. Aaron Hickey and Andy Robertson playing on the left and the right-hand side. John McGinn plays behind two strikers, Shea Adams and Lyndon Dykes. For Ukraine then, it's a 4-1-4-1 formation. Vitaly Mykolenko, Mykola Matvienko, Zabrani and Alexander Karaviev make up the back line, with Gregory Bushchan in goals. Taras Stepanenko is the lone holding midfielder, a attacking midfield four, Viktor Skanov, Alexander Zinchenko, the Man City midfielder, Ruslan Malinovsky and Andrei Yarmolenko of West Ham, and leading the line for them is Roman Yaremchuk up front. And obviously, with everything that is going on at the moment, this is a game where some would believe that there's little importance to the game, but for the next 90 minutes, it is going to be the main focus. Looking through some of the comments that we have already, see Nicholas Jones here saying it would be potentially was thinking it was going to be an easy Scotland win, but Ukraine will definitely give them a run for their money. Looking at the rankings going into this game, Ukraine certainly can't be discarded from getting a victory tonight. They did, of course, win here at Hampden Park the last time they played, which was in the last 16 of Euro 2020. They beat Sweden by 2-1 in extra time. So they're definitely not to be discarded in this game. However, Scotland potentially have the best path that they've had to get to a World Cup in the last 24 years. The last time that they were at a World Cup, of course, was 1998. And a win today in the World Cup playoff semi-final to play Wales on Sunday would make them 90 minutes, potentially 120 minutes away from history. However, for Ukraine, World Cup qualification is just as significant. And as I said, you can follow all of the action. Don't forget, you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive. Why not visit our Facebook page? The best way to follow the Commentary Hub, go to facebook.com/the Commentary Hub and bring in your comments on the YouTube section, YouTube comments section. And I'll give them a wee read out and take a wee read of that as the game goes. The anthems have just finished for both teams now. And there is massive anticipation for this one. It's been the game to look forward to for many months since this was drawn back many months ago. It does feel like a long time ago since that draw. Of course, it was meant to be played earlier on in the year, but circumstances elsewhere have caused the game to be delayed, and it is great they were able to actually play this game today. As said, Scotland playing the normal lineup that you would expect for them. Shea Adams and Lyndon Dykes leading the line, definitely going to cause some problems. And Scott McTominay, usually found in the midfield for Manchester United, finds himself at centre-half, as I was saying as well. Ukraine, they cannot be discarded. They've got some tremendous football players, Premier League quality players, such as Alexander Zinchenko, just off the back of winning the Premier League with Manchester City. Andrei Yarmolenko, after a successful season with West Ham, both in Europe and domestically, getting them to a 6th place finish. The referees this evening is Daniel Michele from the Netherlands. He was last in Glasgow, refereeing Rangers versus Sparta Prague in the Europa League this season. Finds himself back in Glasgow for this big fixture. As I said, Ukraine haven't played too much. They haven't had much practice going into this game. They haven't played a competitive game since the 16th of November. And they, of course, played a friendly against Borussia Mönchengladbach back at the start of May, which they won by 2-1. So, however, as I said, these players have been playing regularly all season for their club teams, so they are well prepared for this game. Of course, the big miss out for Scotland, one of the big misses that was the pulling out of Ryan Jack. Alan Campbell is on the bench. He'll be looking to make his first Scotland start if he was to come on today. And it's a sunny day at Hampden Park. Not every day that we're saying that about Hampden Park. Ukraine players go into a huddle. What a massive game this is for them. Again, some may say the significance of this is minuscule compared to what's going on, but as I said, for the next 90 minutes, all the focus will be on the football as Scotland are about to kick off, attacking the left-hand side of the Hampden main stand towards the traditional Rangers end at Hampden Park. Kick-off just seconds away now. And looking forward to a great game, and that is the game now kicked off as the ball's hoofed forward towards Lyndon Dykes, and Scotland win an early throw-in. Positive play there from Scotland. Throw-in, looking for option shot. Play back, well defended by Ukrainian centre-half. Ukraine now launching into an attack. It's Zinchenko towards Malinovsky, but well defended by Liam Cooper. Gordon moves the ball towards Lyndon Dykes. Back with the Ukrainian defence. Well intercepted there by Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor applying pressure on the midfield towards Malinovsky. And Ukraine now have the ball back. Miolenko to Zabrani. All the way back to the goalkeeper Bushan. Tries to pass it out. Good pressure there from Scotland's number 14, Billy Gilmore. Of course, coming off the back of an unsuccessful loan spell at Norwich City. He is a mainstay in Stephen Clarke's side, however, Billy Gilmore, and he has had some impressive performances for Scotland, not least, obviously, the nothing each draw with England back at Euro 2020. Ukraine have the ball now. Karavev all the way back towards Zabrani. Zabrani back to Bushan. Bushan looking for his options. A more successful pass back to Zabrani this time. To Karavev. Karavev to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko pushes forward. Zinchenko wasn't there. And Scotland have the ball back. Gordon with the ball. Passes to Scott McTominay, playing on the right-hand side of that back defensive free for Scotland. Launches the ball forward, caught on by Matvienko. Zinchenko on the ball now, back towards Miolenko. And Miolenko to Matvienko. Matvienko losing his footing there, manages to get the ball back to Bushan. Bushan gets the ball out towards Miolenko. Zinchenko even. Zinchenko, a forward pass towards Zagev. Gets to Malinovsky in the middle of the park. And there's a foul on the Scotland player, so it's going to be a free kick to Scotland. 2 minutes 36 played here. Scotland 0, Ukraine 0. Scotland have the ball now. Well dispossessed from Miolenko on Billy Gilmore. However, the referee does blow for a foul, and it's another foul, another free kick for Scotland right on the middle of the park towards opposite of the main stand. Scott McTominay looking to play this long. Played up towards Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon Dykes played towards Shea Adams, well defended by Matvienko, and it's out for a throw-in. Such a dangerous focal point. Lyndon Dykes playing long. Almost came to fruition there as Robertson on the ball now, back to McGregor, all the way back to Liam Cooper. Cooper to Craig Gordon. Gordon back to Cooper. Scotland patient play here, but looking for the long ball. Liam Cooper launches a long ball towards Lyndon Dykes. Buchan comes all the way out to see that out for a goal kick. So already here looking at the way that both teams are playing, it's very obvious Scotland up to the usual style, long ball football towards Lyndon Dykes. It did prove almost effective there just a minute ago when Lyndon Dykes got headed on towards Shea Adams, but Matvienko was there to intercept. Ukraine have the ball now. Buchan, the goalkeeper, launches it forward towards Tsiagov. He's going to get the ball, going to keep it in play. Does keep it in play, and he's up against Scott McTominay. And Yaremchuk comes in wide, played across the face of goal, and deflected back. But Ukraine still have the ball at the moment. A little 1-2 there, well intercepted by Scott McTominay. McGregor has the ball, plays it all the way back towards Grant Hanley. Hanley up towards Lyndon Dykes, can't find his man. However, Scotland do come away with the ball. Andy Robertson now with the space on the left-hand side, but the referee blows for a foul. And a booking has been issued here. I believe it was a foul on Billy Gilmore by Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk finds himself in the book. However, Scotland not too happy there that the referee just didn't play the advantage and then booked him after, which sometimes is the standard for refereeing. But in this case, Scotland's attack broken up with a free kick. They now have the ball again. Scott McTominay. McTominay all the way back to Craig Gordon. Gordon now looking for his options long. You can take a guess who he might be going for here. Might be looking for Lyndon Dykes, but he's still got the ball at the moment. Maybe looking for the shot option now. He does go for the shot option with Andy Robertson. Robertson on the left. McGregor comes in support. Tries to get a forward pass towards Shea Adams. Well intercepted by Karavev. And McGregor's intercepted pass there goes out for throw into Ukraine in their own half, all the way back towards Zabran even, to Karavev. Karavev looking for the forward option. Robertson there to intercept, but his clearance was poor. Scotland still have the ball at the moment. John McGinn goes down for a foul on the halfway line. Scotland have the ball again, looking to take it quickly. It's Billy Gilmore in the middle of the park. Sideways pass towards Scott McTominay. McTominay, Gilmore. Back to McTominay. Of course, Aaron Hickey playing on the right-hand side usually would be the spot of Kieran Tierney, or perhaps Stephen O'Donnell. Tierney is out injured, as he has been for a number of months for Arsenal. Ukraine have the ball now, however, his exports at Bologna have rewarded him with a start in the Scotland team. And Scotland have the ball now. Yarmolenko fouled. Malinowski even fouled by Callum McGregor. A cynical foul as he was trying to advance forward with the ball. Ukraine now have the ball again. In a defensive line, it's Matvienko. Matvienko to Zabranie. To Karavev. Karavev in the middle towards Malinowski. Back to Karavev. To Yaremchuk in the middle. It flicks it back. It's a shot. It's a well-placed shot, but it's just over the bar from Tsiagov. Really good play there from Ukraine. Ball played in the middle. Lovely flip back from Malinowski towards Tsiagov. And just wide. In fact, Gordon actually got a touch to it, so it's going to be a corner to Ukraine, the first corner of the game. It's Malinowski to take. Malinowski of Atalanta. And they're just taking their time here. Some pushing in the box between Liam Cooper and Yaremchuk. Referee just trying to stop that before the corner's taken. It's played short. Malinowski tries to take a shot from an angle, but Craig Gordon is there. The ball drizzles towards Craig Gordon and is well saved. Scotland going to try and break on a counter-attack now. Scott McTominay. McTominay forward pass towards Billy Gilmour. He's got John McGinn. He's got Shea Adams in the middle. He plays it across. He tries to play it across, and it's out. Well defended there by Mykolenko. Potentially dangerous counter-attack, and looking back there, what a save that was from Craig Gordon just a minute ago to deny Siankov the opening goal of the game. Ukraine now have the goal kick. They push it forward towards Yaremchuk. Well defended by Scotland. Siakov tried to get the ball, but it's well defended by McTominay up towards Dykes. Dykes now trying to put pressure on the Ukraine centre halves. Zabranie gets it out for a throw-in to Scotland. Robertson to take on the near side. Robertson to Callum McGregor. McGregor hoofs the ball up towards Dykes. Dykes tries to flick it on towards John McGinn, who's in the box, but it's well dealt with by Ukraine. Ukraine going to launch a counter-attack now. Yarmolenko on the ball. Squaring up towards Liam Cooper. Liam Cooper brings him down. The referee waves play on. Craig Gordon hoofs the ball up again towards Lyndon Dykes. Shea Adams isn't there for the flick on, but the ball lands gratefully back towards Dykes, who is down under a foul. And again, on the halfway line, there's going to be another foul and a free kick given to Scotland. And it really has been the main focal point of this game so far, Lyndon Dykes. He is causing problems, but nobody seems to be able to get on the end of anything that he's creating at the moment. 10 minutes into the game here, Scotland 0, Ukraine 0 on the commentary hub. And that was a cynical foul there on Lyndon Dykes from Malinovsky, which resulted in that free kick. Malinovsky now on a booking as well. It's 2 Ukraine players on a yellow card just 10 minutes into the game. Free kick to be taken by Liam Cooper. Again, looking for the long option. Sun getting in his eyes a bit. And the Hampden sunshine towards Dykes. Dykes drops it down to John McGinn. Well defended from Malinovsky, but it drops to Callum McGregor. McGregor on the left-hand side to Robertson. He's going to deliver across towards Dykes, and he's waiting there at the back post. Billy Gilmour tries to go in for the ball first. Again, well defended by Ukraine. They hold firm there. Potentially dangerous attack. Lyndon Dykes just looming at the back post. Billy Gilmour tries to get to the ball first. Don't think it was ever getting to Lyndon Dykes. And Gilmour just didn't have the strength, or Aaron Hickey even just didn't have the strength to meet the Ukrainian centre half. Ukraine on the ball now. They play the ball long, but it goes straight back to Scotland. Scott McTominay. McTominay to Grant Hanley. Norwich. Liam Cooper. Cooper to Gilmour. Back to Cooper. We're looking for the long option, but gives it back to Gilmour again. Gilmour sideways pass towards Robertson. Plays it all the way back. Again towards Liam Cooper. Cooper to Grant Hanley. Hanley to Scott McTominay. McTominay plays it long towards Aaron Hickey. Hickey's touch was poor. He managed to recover it back and get it back to Scott McTominay, who's under a bit of pressure at the moment from Ukraine. And passes to Hickey, who's under pressure now. He tries to play it all the way back towards his own corner. He's got Siakov on him, and he falls to the ground and is given as a Scotland free kick. Perhaps a harsh one there against Siakov. And Hickey adjusting well to life within the Scotland team, and a potential one of the biggest games that he has ever played in, perhaps. And it's played long. Lyndon Dykes played long. It does meet Lyndon Dykes, but it does go out for a Ukrainian throw-in. It's number 16 for Ukraine. Mykolenko of Everton to take this throw. Looking for his options. He's got Zinchenko of Man City in support. Plays it back to Mykolenko. Tries to play it long towards Yaremchuk. The ball's in there at the moment. It lands gratefully to Callum McGregor. McGregor towards Shea Adams, who tries to play a defence-splitting pass towards Lyndon Dykes, who was between Zabrany and Matvienko. But just too much on the pass, perhaps too much to ask of Lyndon Dykes there to get on the end of that. And it's out for a goal kick to Ukraine. Buchanan goes back to Zabrany, to Karavev. Karavev plays it long, met by Liam Cooper, but Cooper's clearance goes towards Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko tries to play a forward pass towards Yaremchuk, and it's back to Scott McTominay, who gets it back to Craig Gordon. Gordon now, again looking for the long option. Nobody coming in support for any of the short options, so it does look like he's going to try and get that towards, guess who, Lyndon Dykes. And it's up, Lyndon Dykes is there to meet it. It's flicked back to Shea Adams. Shea Adams on the edge of the box, goes down. It looked like it might have been given as a Scotland foul, but it has been given the other way on the edge of the area. Shea Adams there just pushing himself in front of Zabrany, and the ref ruling that a foul against Scotland. Of course, the significance of this game in terms of World Cup qualification can't be understated, especially for Scotland, who haven't qualified for a World Cup since 1998. And they're on the ball now, Scotland. Cal McGregor towards Billy Gilmore. He finds Robertson on the left. A lot of bodies between Robertson and Lyndon Dykes. The ball's out for a throw-in. Robertson takes it quick towards John McGinn, who's going to try and beat Zabrany to the ball, but it's well held out by Zabrany and out for a goal kick to Ukraine. 15 minutes gone here. Scotland 0, Ukraine 0. As I said, this is live on the commentary hub, alternative commentary on the commentary hub. And Ukraine have the ball now. Mykolenko to Zinchenko. To Yarmolenko, who's playing in the middle of the park, and it goes towards Zyakov. Yaremchuk has a ball on the edge of the area, well defended by Scotland. Aaron Hickey tries to hoover up towards Shea Adams, but Mykolenko's there. Ukraine have the ball in Scotland's half. It's Stepanenko to Zyakov. Ukraine on the attack here. Yaremchuk, well defended, shot, saved well by Craig Gordon, and he had to get there. It looked like he nearly messed that up there, Craig Gordon, from Yarmolenko's effort. The ball landed so gratefully to him there. Yaremchuk, Cal McGregor intercepts Yaremchuk, and in doing so lands the ball straight at Yarmolenko's feet, right in front of Craig Gordon. That is a tremendous save. It goes under Craig Gordon. He's got to try and go back behind and get the ball before, I believe that's Stepanenko, who was coming in for the rebound, managed to get there in time before it went over the line. Really good goalkeeping from Hearts' Craig Gordon. Scotland now, perhaps a wake-up call for them. Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. He's got Lyndon Dykes in the box. He's trying to look for him. It's well defended by Zabrany, and it's out for a corner to Scotland. What a chance that was. Ukraine with two of the best opportunities of the game so far. That one almost drizzling over the line before Craig Gordon was able to find his feet and get back to stop the ball from going over from Yarmolenko's effort. Scotland have the corner now. Andy Robertson to take. Robertson delivers. It goes towards Grant Hanley, and it's just over the bar from Grant Hanley. He does get the better of Zabrany in the air. He has a good aerial threat, Grant Hanley. Of course, scored on his Scotland debut back in 2011 by a header against Northern Ireland. Resulted in a 2-1 defeat back then. Scotland have came a long, long way from the depths of the national team 10 years ago. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And Ukraine now have the ball in the middle of the park. Stepanenko. Zinchenko back to Zabrany. Zinchenko coming deep for support. Malinovsky tries to play a cross ball towards Mykolenko. Mykolenko back to Matvienko. to Bushan under a bit of pressure there. Kicks the ball out, but Yarmolenko was almost able to get to that kick there, but it does go out for a Scotland throw. Looking back at that again, McGregor's defensive tackle there lands the ball straight towards Yarmolenko. Craig Gordon maybe takes a bit of a guess to try and make the save, makes himself look big, manages to hit Craig Gordon. Perhaps Yarmolenko could have done better, but he was trying to take that on the turn. Gordon able to make the save. Perhaps not the last bit of heroics that will be required of him tonight, because Ukraine are on the attack again. It's Siakov. Siakov towards Yaremchuk. Craig Gordon quick to respond there. Siakov's pass towards Yaremchuk. Scott McTominay bullied in the middle of the park by Zinchenko. Got it to Siakov. Grant Hanley. Deflection of Gilmore, so he can't track the run from Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk almost there, but Craig Gordon was quick to respond there. Siakov, Zinchenko at the corner. Ukraine in the ascendancy here. Zinchenko delivers the ball in. Hit away as far as Stepanenko. Stepanenko to Karavev on the right-hand side to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko tries to take on a Scotland defender, but he plays Karavev on the overlap, and Yaremchuk takes a shot, and it's went fizzling wide there from Roman Yaremchuk of Benfica. Again, another dangerous opportunity from Ukraine. They have noticed the defensive weakness of Scotland over the last few minutes here and trying to take advantage of it while they can. Scotland really need to try and get a grip on this game a bit more if they are to try and push forward for a winner. At the moment, all the chances are coming from the Ukrainians. Gordon to take the goal kick. You assume he'll be looking for Queen's Park Rangers' Lyndon Dykes. And it goes all the way up towards Andy Robertson, actually. Robertson flicks it back towards Dykes, but Zabrani's there. Malinovsky's header goes all the way towards Grant Hanley. Hanley all the way back to Gordon. Craig Gordon looking for his options. He's got Cooper and Hanley short. Andy Robertson on the left. Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk playing further forward for Ukraine. It's Malinovsky on the ball now. He's been causing problems towards Zinchenko. Zinchenko looking for the options on the left-hand side. Gets the ball to Yarmolenko, who's switched towards the left-hand side. Goes to Skyankov. Skyankov all the way back to Matvienko. Matvienko to Zabrany. To Zinchenko. Comes deep for support again. To Karavev. Karavev to Zabrany. Zabrany to Matvienko. Matvienko dispossessed there well by Billy Gilmore. Billy Gilmore towards Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon Dykes towards Andy Robertson. Robertson now. Well tackled by Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko to Billy Gilmore. Up towards Shea Adams, who goes down in the box. Asks for a penalty. The referee says no. It's going to be a goal kick now to Ukraine. Just looking at some of the comments here, I can see Ryan F TV. Scotland should go through, but Ukraine are definitely ready for the battle. It's definitely shown so far that Ukraine have had the better of the chances. Billy Gilmore in the middle of the park now. Towards Aaron Hickey, well defended. Ukraine have the ball now with Mykolenko. Mykolenko dispossessed by Scott McTominay, who's advancing forward. Callum McGregor there in support to Andy Robertson, who tries to get the better of Karavev. And he does get the better of Karavev. Andy Robertson now tries to take the shot. Well defended by Skyankov. Out for a corner to Scotland. As I said, a great opportunity there. Hard to tell if Robertson was going for the shot or if the ball, or if he was trying to get that across the ball towards Lyndon Dykes, but it is a corner nonetheless for Robertson to take. Andy Robertson plays it in. Ukraine get the ball away. They're going to try and launch a counter-attack now, but Billy Gilmore is there to intercept. Ukraine still have the ball at the moment with Yaremchuk, well defended by Grant Hanley, towards Callum McGregor to Andy Robertson. Robertson towards Shea Adams. Adams has McGregor on the overlap, who plays the ball towards John McGinn and skies it over the bar from just inside of the box. Unfortunate there from John McGinn, just doesn't catch the ball well enough. McGregor showing drive there to try and get the ball into the box. McGinn tries to head on the volley and it's skied over the bar. Ukraine have the ball now with Karavev. Karavev to Zabranyi. Zabranyi pushing forward to Stepanenko. Stepanenko to Karavev. Karavev looking for his options forwards. Plays it back towards Zabranyi. Zabranyi back to the goalkeeper, Bashan. Bashan now looking for his options. Plays it short back to Zabranyi. Zabranyi to Karavev. Karavev now all the way back to Zabranyi. Ukraine just keeping the ball to themselves at the moment. 25 minutes played here on the commentary hub. Scotland 0, Ukraine 0. Ukraine have had perhaps the better of the chances in this game. A great effort from Skyankov 10 minutes into the game. Malinovsky driving forward now, and then obviously Yarmolenko's effort on the turn. It landed gratefully for him about 5 minutes ago. Craig Gordon there with the important save to keep Scotland in this game and to keep this game level. Karavev to Zabranyi. Ukraine have the ball at the halfway line at the moment. Stepanenko towards Mykolenko. Under the pressure, 2 Scotland players. Gets it back to Matvienko. Matvienko to Stepanenko. Ukraine still have the ball in the middle of the park. They managed to break the pressure, get the ball forward. Zinchenko on the ball now. Zinchenko to Siakov. Siakov back to Zinchenko. Tries to play a quick pass towards Malinovsky. Ukraine now have the ball. Yarmolenko in the middle of the park. He has Karavev on supporting his right. He goes for the shot and it's skied over the bar from about 25 yards. Yarmolenko. Definitely been Ukraine's danger man in this game so far. And don't forget, you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive1. 27 minutes played. Scotland, Ukraine have a free kick in the middle of the park. It's Yarmolenko on the ball now. Plays it towards the left-hand side with Zinchenko. He's got Siakov on his left, but plays it back to Stepanenko. Stepanenko back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko all the way back to Matvienko. However, Ukraine still in Scotland's half at the moment. Stepanenko to Mykolenko. Back to Stepanenko. To Skyankov. Tries to play the ball forward there. It's out for a throw-in to Ukraine in Scotland's final third. Mykolenko of Everton to take this throw-in in a dangerous position for them at the moment. And here's Zinchenko at the moment looking for options in the box. Tries to play a clever pass, but well intercepted. Lyndon Dykes advancing forward now towards Shea Adams. Shea Adams now, it's 2-on-3 here for Scotland. And Andy Robertson on all the space. And Shea Adams can't get the ball to him. Ukraine are able to recover that back with Yarmolenko tracking back there. What an opportunity that was. If Shea Adams had got the pass towards Andy Robertson, who was darting down the left-hand side, he would have surely had an effort one-on-one and goal. It was 3 versus 2 for Scotland going forward there. A great opportunity and they just couldn't get anything from it. Ukraine done well with Yarmolenko to get the ball back. They have the ball now. Ukraine. Zabranyi. Zabrania back to Matvienko. Matvienko towards Karavev. Karavev on the right-hand side, trying to push forwards, but decides to play back. Cal McGregor putting a bit of pressure on him there. The ball's back with Matvienko. Forward pass to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko's pass towards Skyankov. Skyankov just tries to keep it in from play, but the throw-in is given and it's out for throw to Scotland. Just looking at some of the comments there. Ayatollah says, it's a shame both these countries can't be in the World Cup. Scotland for its history and Ukraine for... I'm just trying to read that there, 20 seconds. And Ukraine obviously for the current situation that's happening at the moment. Couldn't have said that better myself, but Scotland have the ball now, crossed into the box. Well defended there. Bushan is able to come out and catch the cross and launch Ukraine into an attack at the moment. Malinovsky switches the play towards Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to Stepanenko. Back to Mykolenko. To Matvienko. Matvienko to Zabranie. Zabranie now looking for forward options under a bit of pressure as Malinovsky gets it to Mykolenko. Scotland pressing Ukraine high here. Ukraine trying to break the pressure. They're able to do that and have launched themselves into an attack now on the left-hand side. Can they get the delivery in here? They can't get the delivery in. Well defended by Scott McTominay to put that out for a Ukraine corner. Zinchenko on the left-hand side. They're darting forward. They did have options on the box there, but just couldn't find the right man. Went straight to Scott McTominay, who defended that really well there. It's out for a corner to Ukraine to be taken here. Zinchenko and Skyankov with the short option. But is this going to be delivered into the box this time? It is from Zinchenko. It's well defended by Shea Adams as far as Mykolenko. Back to Skyankov. Well defended. Ukraine still have the ball in Scotland's half at the moment at the halfway line. It's Karavev. Karavev to Malinovsky. Malinovsky on the left-hand side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Mykolenko, is playing further forward. The ball is delivered in. It goes all the way towards Yarmolenko, but Lyndon Dykes is there to defend that really well too. Impressive defensive stops there from both Scotland's attacking forwards. Shea Adams tries to get the ball from the long pass, but Matvienko was there to see it go out for a throw into Ukraine. It's Stepanenko on the ball now. It's towards Malinovsky. Goes all the way back to Matvienko. Ukraine have had the majority of possession so far in this game. 58% of the ball so far. This perhaps has reflected on the chances that they've had, but Scotland do look dangerous going forward, and you would expect that at some point they will get that golden opportunity that Ukraine have had, and the ball's played forward towards Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko loops Craig Gordon, and it's in the back of the net. Ukraine have taken the lead, and it's Yarmolenko with the goal. A long ball forward, meets Yarmolenko, splits the Scotland defence, and loops over Craig Gordon into the back of the net. Poor defensive play there from Scotland. It's just a long ball forward. It will be checked. I don't know if it will be checked or not because it looks like a question of offside, but it was actually Yaremchuk who was the furthest forward, and Yarmolenko came in with the really clever run towards the long ball. It's a great ball forward. Just completely splits the Scotland defence. Craig Gordon all the way out to try and meet it, and just gives Yarmolenko that opportunity to loop it over Craig Gordon's head and into the back of the net. And that has definitely been coming and is definitely well deserved for Ukraine in this game. They have had the better of the chances so far. Scotland have struggled to get the chances in the game. And they find themselves now chasing the game, Scotland at Hampden Park. They're going to need to try and respond quickly here. But Ukraine have the ball. They're maybe potentially looking now for the second. Malinovsky now. Malinovsky on the right-hand side towards Karavev. Karavev all the way back to Zabranie. Zabranie to Matvienko. And from a Scotland perspective, a really poor goal to concede, but definitely is a reflection on the game so far. And it's a brilliant finish from Yarmolenko. Inventive to get that over Craig Gordon's head. Scotland now need to try and find an answer into the game, but they're not going to do that because they don't have the ball at the moment. Ukraine still have possession. Stepanenko towards Karavev. They'll be looking to try and seal this game off for them. Billy Gilmore gets the ball now, tries to push forward. He's under a lot of pressure. The ball goes out or back to Scotland. It's Liam Cooper. Cooper to Scott McTominay. McTominay now towards Billy Gilmore. Scotland just need to try and get a grip on the game. Grant Hanley to Scott McTominay. McTominay tries to push forward, but he's under a lot of pressure. Passes the ball straight to Zinchenko, but deflects towards Lyndon Dykes, and Lyndon Dykes can't get the ball moving forward. And Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcast partners for this season: JDAC Football, JB Sports, and Storm FM. And Commentary Services would also like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And keep your comments coming in for how this game has been going so far. Definitely will give that a read, and maybe we can give it a shout out during the game. And that reaction to Yarmolenko's opening goal in this game to give Ukraine a 1-0 lead. As I said, it has been well deserved. They have been the better of the two teams so far. Scotland on the ball now. Liam Cooper. Cooper to Billy Gilmore. They have the ball at the halfway line. Again, just looking to try and get some kind of grip on this game and get things moving forward. And there's a goal in the finalissima between Italy, the Euro winners, and Argentina, the Copa America winners. It's 1-0 to Argentina. Lautaro Martinez with the goal 28 minutes into that game. Scotland pushing forward now. Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. He skips past Karavev. He tries to get past Malinovsky as he fouled. The referee says no. The ball is out for a goal kick to Ukraine. Andy Robertson there pushing forward, does really well there to try and get past two Ukraine players. Fortunately, not to be there for Andy Robertson. Ukraine pushing forward now. Scotland on the ball. Billy Gilmore tries to lodge the ball towards Shea Adams. His header goes back towards Andy Robertson. Shea Adams on the ball now. Scotland have the opportunity. Billy Gilmore, Hickey to whip the ball into the box. Bushan there with the save. Poor cross from Aaron Hickey. Sees the ball go out for back to Bushan, who's going to try and get the ball moving in the Ukrainian direction now. The ball's up in the air. Ukraine have it back with their defensive line. Matvienko to Karavev. All the way back to Zabranie. And the ball's played forward now. It's going to be a foot race between Grant Hanley and Siakiev. And I think Grant Hanley had the quicker start there to get the ball. Ukraine now have a throw-in, and Scotland's attacking third. A comment from Ryan F there. Ukraine should win the game, but need to be winning at the 65th minute. Definitely, the way this has been going so far, it has really been all Ukraine in terms of the chances. And Scotland need to try and get some chances on the board if they have any chance of winning this game at all. Scott McTominay on the ball now. Scotland have this at the halfway line. It's Liam Cooper. Cooper to Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor to John McGinn. Well defended by Stepanenko in the middle of the park. Wins the ball cleanly, gets it back in Ukrainian possession. Karaviev to Malinovsky. Malinovsky pushes forward towards Zinchenko. Scotland on the attack now. He had Siankev on space on the left-hand side, but he opts to go for Yarmouk in the middle, and it's well intercepted by Grant Hanley. Scotland now launching into an attack. Scott McTominay pushes forward, gets the ball to Robertson. Robertson back to Gilmore. Gilmore to Callum McGregor. An engine in the midfield. Plays it across towards Aaron Hickey. Hickey now back to McTominay. Back to Liam Cooper. Cooper plays a long ball towards Andy Robertson, who tries to push forward. His touch is too much there, and Zabrania is able to get the ball. Scotland put a bit of pressure on Zabrania there with Lyndon Dykes, but as Zabrania tries to get the ball forwards, hits off Lyndon Dykes, and it's out for a Ukrainian goal kick. We are 5 minutes from half-time here on the commentary hub. 40 minutes played. Scotland 0, Ukraine 1. Ukraine opening the scoring with a lobbed effort by Yarmolenko following a long ball from Malinovsky that completely split the Scotland defence. A really clever run from Yarmolenko to break through the Scotland defence after some tremendous chances from Yarmolenko himself when he had his effort saved well by Craig Gordon 10 minutes prior. Ukraine have been good for the lead here so far. Liam Cooper on the ball. Cooper to Gordon. Gordon to Scott McTominay. McTominay plays the ball forward to Aaron Hickey, who's under a lot of pressure there in his own half. McGregor's there for support, and McGregor just gets the ball forward towards Shea Adams. Shea Adams goes down. The referee adjudges that is a free kick. Shea Adams now to Aaron Hickey. Back to Adams. Back to McGinn in the middle of the park. Tries to switch the ball across to Robertson in space, who plays it back towards Billy Gilmore. Gilmore to Robertson. Robertson to Liam Cooper. Grant Hanley. Scott McTominay is going to try and drive forward now. Usually found in the midfield. Scott McTominay for Manchester United, but for Scotland under Steve Clarke, is typically found in defence. And Hickey now on the ball. It's a good cross pass. He gets it forward to John McGinn, who's on the edge of the area. Back to Hickey. Hickey to McGregor. McGregor's got the space to shoot. It deflects off Shea Adams. It's still on, Scotland still have the ball at the moment. John McGinn tries to get it back across towards Shea Adams, but it's well defended by Ukraine. The ball's in the air at the moment. Ukraine just trying to get the ball away from their own goal. Scotland applying a bit of pressure now. Liam Cooper towards Andy Robertson. His pass to Robertson is poor. Robertson can't get a hold of it, but he's able to recover that well back. And he gets it back to Liam Cooper. Cooper to Grant Hanley. Hanley to Scott McTominay. McTominay now towards Lyndon Dykes, who tries to flick a pass towards Shea Adams, but he's not able to get on the end of that. Bushan comes for the ball, and Shea Adams appears to trip him up there, but the referee allows the play to continue. And what a tackle that was from Matvienko on John McGinn there. John McGinn just had to get the ball back towards Shea Adams. All he was going to do there was look up and find a pass. Matvienko slides in, and he gets absolutely nothing of John McGinn and all of the ball. Ukraine on the attack now, advancing forward. Shot from Malinovsky, well wide. a really dangerous attack there. He did have options to his left and his right-hand side, and he opts for the shot, and it goes well wide of the target. No trouble for Craig Gordon in that situation. Said he's got Yaremchuk in support, he's got Siankov on the left-hand side, and he can't seem to find what to do with it. Scotland with the goal kick with Craig Gordon. Of course, one thing that would benefit Scotland would be trying to get a shot on target. They get to find a shot on target in this game so far. Stepanenko down there. I believe a foul on Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon Dykes just a bit over-exuberant as he goes towards Stepanenko to meet him for the header. Appears to catch him with his shoulder. Accidental, of course. But it is a foul and a booking for Lyndon Dykes, Scotland's first booking of the game. Stepanenko still down at the moment with that head knock. Lyndon Dykes' arm did hit him as he was going up for the header. Of course, looking back at that goal, Malinovsky, long ball forward all the way to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko's run is so clever there. Yaremchuk is offside, the striker. Yarmolenko certainly isn't. And he makes a really clever run to beat Scotland's defence from the left-hand side. And that's how Ukraine find themselves 1-0 up. We are 45 minutes played, plus into a minute's added time now. And what a massive 45 minutes coming up for Scotland to save their World Cup qualification hopes. They will need the biggest half of football perhaps they have had so far under Steve Clarke. Ukraine have the ball now with 30 seconds into minutes of added time. Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko gets it back to Matvienko. Matvienko to Zabranyi. To Malinovsky, who comes in deep for support. Mikolenko's there to Siankov. Well defended by Scott McTominay, out for throw-in. And we are now past a minute's added time. Not sure if there will be some added on for Stepanenko's injury, or if the referee will just decide to blow any second now. Ukraine still have the ball at the moment. And that is half-time here at Hampden Park. Scotland just looking at seeing this out. Yep, that is now half-time here at Hampden Park. So I was a bit early with that call there. Scotland find themselves 1-0 down to Ukraine. It was that goal by Yarmolenko on 33 minutes from Malinovsky's incredible long ball. Finds Yarmolenko, who loops the ball over the head of Craig Gordon, who was forced into an impressive save against Yarmolenko just about 10 minutes prior to that. Ukraine have had all the chances in the game. Scotland yet to find themselves a shot on target. We'll be back in and around 10 to 15 minutes time, just before the start of the second half, to bring that all-important second half for both sides, perhaps the most important 45 minutes of their seasons. And we will be back for that in just under 15 minutes time. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Scotland versus Ukraine. We're going into the second half here of what is a massive 45 minutes for both of these teams. Scotland find themselves 1-0 down from Yarmolenko's effort on 33 minutes, giving them the lead. And we're going to second half. Scotland need to try and get something from this game. They are stringing through the changes already. Going into the second half, Lyndon Dykes is off the park. Ryan Christie comes on in his stead. He scored a massive goal about 2.5 years ago in Serbia in the game Scotland qualified for the Euros. Can he do it again today? The teams have kicked off, switched sides. Ukraine wearing all yellow, Scotland wearing the traditional all blue, now attacking towards the so-called Celtic end of Hampden Park. We're still in looking like it's still in some nice sunshine at the moment at Hampden. Not something that you see every day. Scotland pushing forward already. And Christie there on the ball. He deflects off his hand and is given to a free kick to Ukraine. Don't forget, you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive1. I also have some updates from the Finalissima between the Euro 2020 winners Italy and the Copa America winners Argentina. It is 2-0 to Argentina. Second half should be starting in that game. Second goal coming from Angel Di Maria in the first minute of added time. Ukraine on the ball now, tries to push that forward towards Yaremchuk, but Craig Gordon's there to meet. He's out his box. Yaremchuk comes to put some pressure on him, but manages to get the ball forward. Of course, now losing that aerial threat, Scotland going to need to change how they are playing this game. Certainly suggested that is the case by Christie coming in, more traditionally a midfielder, looking like the Scotland shape that he has actually dropped back down to midfield. So Scotland now playing with just a one striker up front, trying to get more bodies perhaps in the midfield, an area where they really have been losing. As they have been losing, really, it feels like all over the park at the moment. Ukraine have had the better of the ball. And that's how they found themselves 1-0 up. Scotland yet to try and get a shot on target in this game. Zinchenko on the left-hand side towards Malinovsky. Ukraine have the ball. Zinchenko playing a perhaps deeper role in the game now. Zabranyev to Stepanenko on the left. Tries to play a ball forward towards Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk's going to get there ahead of Hanley. Hanley puts pressure on him, forces him back to play the ball back to Skyankov. Skyankov to Zinchenko. Zinchenko well tackled by Aaron Hickey. But Ukraine come away with the ball. Yarmolenko in the middle of the park now. Ukraine in Scotland's half. Yarmolenko back to Karavayev. Karavayev to Zabranye. Zabranye now pushing forward on the ball. Advancing forward. This is a brilliant run. He finds Yarmolenko on the right-hand side. Yarmolenko now. Robertson there to face. He gets it back to Karavayev. Karavayev, the ball played in to Yaremchuk. 2-0 Ukraine. What a massive, massive goal for Ukrainian football. And they are going mental in the corner at Hampden Park. 2-0 to Ukraine. It's the hero of the qualifiers. Popped in with 3 goals in the qualifiers for this World Cup campaign. Yaremchuk with the header across the face of goal to beat Craig Gordon. Ukraine applying relentless pressure. So many Scotland bodies in the box there. Karavayev with a great ball in. Scott McTominay is the man meant to be marking him, and he can't get there. And Yaremchuk finds the header into the back of the net. 2-0 to Ukraine. And again, definitely not undeserved. Grant Hanley tries to keep the ball out. It's a great header from Yaremchuk across the goal towards Gordon's left-hand side. Hanley can't get there. Ukraine 2-0 up and cruising to the World Cup playoff final against Wales on Sunday. What a massive, massive goal that could be. And for Scotland now, where do they go from here? How do they respond to going 2 goals down now? Ukraine should be seeing now and expecting that really is it, done and dusted. But not if Scotland have anything to say about it. They need to act fast, however. Grant Hanley on the ball now. Billy Gilmore back to Hanley. To Craig Gordon. Gordon all the way up to John McGinn. John McGinn to Billy Gilmore, dispossessed. Ukraine have the ball again here. Yarmolenko to Stepanenko. Karaviev back to Zabranye. Zabranye now to Matvienko, to Stepanenko in the midfield. Tries to play the ball forward. Ukraine still have the ball at the moment. It's hoofed forward towards Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay's passed there straight to Zinchenko. Ukraine going to be launched into another attack here. Yarmolenko on the right-hand side. Well defended by Liam Cooper, but Yarmolenko still on the ball at the moment. A familiar situation to the goal that's just went in. Ukraine still on the ball at the moment. Zabranye forward, looking for his options. Pushed over by Billy Gilmore. It's going to be a free kick to Ukraine in Scotland's half, and they take it quickly with Zinchenko playing a deeper role. Pushing forward now. Yarmolenko in the middle of the park. Skips past one Scotland player. Takes a shot. Well saved, Craig Gordon. Ukraine still have the ball at the moment. Cleared away by Grant Hanley. That was another dangerous moment there. The pass towards Yarmolenko. He potentially has Yaremchuk for the pass, but opts for the shot after he skips past Billy Gilmore. And it's saved by Gordon. If Scotland are wanting back into this game, this is not the way to do it at the moment. Ukraine looking and pushing for that third goal now. It's Zabranye. Zabranye all the way back to Bishan. Bishan towards Stepanenko, to Zinchenko. Stepanenko now tries to get the ball towards Yarmolenko, but it's dispossessed. It's out for a throw-in to Ukraine at the halfway line. Ukraine on the ball now. Zabranye. Zabranye to Matvienko. Vienko to Karaviev. Stepanenko in the middle of the park. Zinchenko. Again, it's clear Ukraine have dropped the players a bit further back, as was shown at the very start of the half. Didn't stop them from doubling the lead. Karaviev tries to play the ball forward, intercepted well. Billy Gilmore in the middle of the park now. Gilmore to Robertson. Robertson to Grant Hanley. Hanley to Andy Robertson. A cross ball, not good enough. Goes straight to Mykolenko. Mykolenko now to Ziankov. Ziankov to Zinchenko. Zinchenko keeps the ball in play. Yaremchuk tries to skip past Grant Hanley. Grant Hanley does well to get the ball back. Goes over. Referee doesn't give any foul. Gives a corner to Ukraine. Grant Hanley looked like he had the ball there comfortably, and then just falls over his feet. Out for a corner to Ukraine. Ukraine pushing for that third goal now. Scotland trying to get something out of this game. They need to start getting chances. They haven't had a shot on target yet in this game. And Ukraine's chances just keep on coming. Zinchenko with the delivery. Nobody there to meet it. It goes all the way across the goal. However, Karaviev is there to meet Stepanenko, looking to cross the ball into the box. Gets all the way back to Zinchenko on the left-hand side. He's trying to push forward to the middle of the park. Plays back. Mykolenko to Siankov. Siankov to Zinchenko. Nice 1-2. Back to Siankov. Cross blocked by Scott McTominay. Don't forget, as I said, to leave your comments if you're listening, where you're listening from, your thoughts on the game so far. Who has been a better team? I think the answer to that has been obvious so far. Zhyankov, ball played in. It goes all the way back, and it's a shot that goes all the way wide from Karavev. It lands gratefully to him at that back post. Just can't get the right connection on it to see that go goalward. It goes well wide of the goal. Ukraine now in the driving seat, and they don't look like letting up anytime soon either. What a moment that must have been for Yaremchuk, and what a moment this will be for Ukraine if they are able to get that win and set up the date with destiny in the World Cup against Wales on Sunday. But can Scotland get anything back into this game? They need to get the ball back. They have it at the moment with Billy Gilmore on the throw-in. Leaves it for Aaron Hickey. Well defended. Stepanenko on the ball now. This is Zabranye. Zabranye to Karaviev. Karaviev under a bit of pressure there from Shea Adams. Gives it back to Zabranye. All the way back to Bishan. Awesome. Dodgy play there from Ukraine. And they went, oh, Cal McGregor nearly intercepts Bushan there. Incredible pressure on the Ukrainian back line. They were messing about with it at the back. It's a loose pass back to Bushan from Zabranye. Cal McGregor's quick to respond to that. And it's just so unlucky for Cal McGregor because he does get the deflection in and it just loops. It's just wide to the left-hand side. If you've got any kind of luck in that situation, that goes in the back of the net. But it doesn't seem to be the case today for Scotland. Not even luck is on their side at the moment. Bishan now gets the ball out this time to Karaviev. Karaviev to Yarmolenko. Scott McTominay getting caught on the ball and getting caught in possession. And a skipping pass now. Ukraine on the attack. It's 4 versus 3. The ball's played across. And it's just wide. Craig Gordon just gets a touch onto it there. Aaron Hickey even gets the touch to see that go wide. Poor defending from Andy Robertson there. He plays the ball. Yarmolenko towards Malinovsky. Malinovsky plays across the goal. Karavev is there. But Aaron Hickey is able to defend well there. And if there's anybody that needs to show up for Scotland today, it is their captain and Liverpool left back Andy Robertson. He's not been in this game so far. Grant Hanley there almost messing about with the possession, manages to recover. Shea Adams now, ball's flipped back towards Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie puts pressure on Matvienko. He gets all the way back to Bushan. Matvienko gets the ball forward. That's a great ball forward towards Zhyankov. Zhyankov taking on Grant Hanley. He's got him in the overlap. Zhyankov gets the ball back. Well defended by Andy Robertson. And Ukraine go again. The clearance goes straight to Ukrainian player, but Shea Adams is able to intercept. John McGinn now, loose touch. He's able to keep on the ball, but the referee stops the play. Gives a foul against Scotland there. John McGinn's loose touch. He tries to recover the ball. Stepanenko is coming in at the same time. It's a rash challenge from John McGinn, perhaps a 50-50. But the referee adjourns that that's a free kick to Ukraine at the halfway line and a yellow card for John McGinn, another player who's had a quiet evening, the Aston Villa midfielder. As have most of Scotland's players this evening. We are 58 minutes played here. Live on alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub. Scotland 0, Ukraine 2. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports and Storm FM. As I said, don't forget you can leave your comments. Follow us on Twitter. Don't forget you can follow the Commentary Hub on Twitter. Twitter handle is @CommentaryLive1. And leave your comments. I'll have a read and maybe even give them a shout out as well. Ukraine on the ball now. Long ball up is met by Scott McTominay, who's playing a more advanced role in the midfield now. Ukraine have possession. It's Malinovsky. Malinovsky looking for his options. He's going to try and get that across. Plays it back to Zabranye, to Karaviev, the right back. Karavev now will be back to centre half Zabranie. Ukraine just keeping the ball at the moment, just keeping things calm. They had a bit of a scare there when Callum McGregor nearly intercepted Buchanan goals. The deflection almost went goalward and would have got Scotland right back into this game. But at the moment it is still 2-0. Liam Cooper there, great tackle on Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko is down at the moment, he's still down. He's caused Scotland so many problems this evening, Yarmolenko on the right-hand side. Andy Robertson and Liam Cooper struggling to handle the West Ham winger. Certainly been their key man this evening so far. Ukraine just 30 minutes away now from booking their place in the playoff final against Wales on Sunday. Ukraine on the ball now, Malinovsky. Loose pass towards Andy Robertson, his header towards John McGinn, who tries to head it back towards Christie, and it's just poor there. Goes straight back, Hanley on the ball now, the ball still in the air, Christie tries to bring it down. It's a poor touch, goes straight back to the Ukrainian centre half. Stepanenko tries a neat pass towards Tiankov, and it's out. Aaron Hickey to take the throw in quickly. He's got John McGinn there, back to Aaron Hickey. Can he get a delivery? He skips past Zinchenko. He gets the ball towards Shea Adams, and Shea Adams misses the ball there, misses the opportunity. He just maybe needs to throw himself at that. It's a great little pass there from Aaron Hickey. Lovely 1-2. Gets past Zinchenko so well, and perhaps the ball was just a bit too much there from Aaron Hickey to get that towards Shea Adams. Scotland perhaps getting themselves back into the game now. John McGinn on the ball at the halfway line. Gives it to Christie. Christie breaks it for Shea Adams. Shea Adams to Ryan Christie. Takes a shot. Well saved by Buchanan. Ukrainian players asking for offside there from Christie's pass to Shea Adams. But it's a save nonetheless. Scotland getting so much space in the midfield. Shea Adams clearly offside there to that pass. Buchanan saved it anyway for Ukraine. There's a foul in the middle of the park. Scott McTominay on Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko staying down at the moment. It was a rash foul on Yarmolenko from Scott McTominay. Nothing else given. Comment there from the UK Football Hub. Scotland seem to be losing focus. That definitely does seem to be the case. They haven't really had focus in the game. They looked like maybe they started slightly better at the very start of the game, but since then they've just struggled to get any kind of grip on this game at all. It has been all Ukraine. They have had the bulk of the chances. Scotland's only real chance of the game coming from a bit of blind luck. Good pressing play from Callum McGregor. But they can't seem to create anything at the moment, Scotland. And if they want to get themselves back in this game, they're going to need a goal soon. Aaron Hickey on the ball now. Hickey towards John McGinn. It's well defended by Karavev. Karavev to Grant Hanley. Hanley back to Liam Cooper. Cooper now looking for his options. He's got Billy Gilmore. Billy Gilmore looking for a forward pass. He finds Aaron Hickey. He's got a lot of space on the right-hand side again. He's going to try and come up against Karavev. He passes the ball forward to Shea Adams. Shea Adams tries to get the ball in towards Ryan Christie. Well defended by Zabranie. Ukraine going to try and launch a counter-attack now. Zinchenko tries to get the ball to Stepanenko, but they're dispossessed. Scott McTominay loses the ball in the middle of the park. Tries to lump it forward towards Zinchenko. Zabranie. Billy Gilmore is there to intercept. Scotland just can't seem to get a grip on the midfield at the moment. Seems to be where they are. The main battle that they're losing in this game is in the midfield, and it's causing some problems. But they are starting to get some space on the right-hand side with Aaron Hickey. That's a couple of opportunities he's created now. Again, just looking for that shot on target. Substitution appearing to be in the works. It looks like Jack Hendry, the centre-half from Club Brugge, is going to come on. Who will be coming on for is a mystery as of yet. Zinchenko on the ball now. Zinchenko towards Yaremchuk, tries to flick it past towards Siankov. Scotland on the ball now, but Ukraine managed to get it back. Dispossessed. Scott McTominay now. Billy Gilmour to John McGinn on the right-hand side, looking for the crossing option. Gets it back to Ryan Christie. Christie now plays it all the way across to try and meet Andy Robertson. It's headed back. Zabranie is there to clear it, but only as far as Scott McTominay, who gets the ball to Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor skips past two Ukraine players, and Yarmolenko heads it out for a throw-in. McGregor takes it quickly to Scott McTominay. Scotland getting a bit of possession now. Billy Gilmour. Gilmour now plays it all the way across and out of play for a throw-in to Ukraine, and that maybe just sums up Scotland's afternoon or evening even so far. And Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. 65 minutes played here on the Commentary Hub. Scotland 0, Ukraine 2, and the clock is ticking for Scotland here. Gilmour on the ball, gets it to Aaron Hickey. Hickey towards John McGinn, who gets the ball in, cleared away. Only as far as Scott McTominay takes a shot, well defended by Karaviev. And it's looped forward by Ukraine all the way to Yaremchuk, but Hickey gets the ball back. Hickey, the real focal point in the attacks at the moment. And Hickey on the ball to Ryan Christie, who's there to help on the right-hand side, tries to cut in across. He gets the ball towards Scott McTominay. Can he get his pass right here? John McGinn with the opportunity. What a miss from John McGinn. How has he missed that? The opportunity to get Scotland back in the game, and there it was. Scott McTominay's botched cross into the box lands so gratefully for John McGinn. Just a couple of yards from goal, and he just can't get the header right. Buchan makes an error of it. He's completely beaten Buchan. That can't land any better for John McGinn. He just tries to steer it towards the right-hand side of Buchan, and it's an inch wide. But he should be doing much, much better there. That was Scotland's chance. There it was to get back into the game and get the momentum on their side if they're looking for that second goal. But now they're still 2-0 down. Stuart Armstrong is on the park now as well for Scotland. Liam Cooper came off for Jack Hendry to come on. And Billy Gilmour is off for Stuart Armstrong. Perhaps to give a more attacking option in the middle of the park with Stuart Armstrong of Southampton. And John McGinn will be thinking, how on earth did he miss that? Oh, and it's Buchan now. He gets the ball, gives it straight to Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie, just a lot of pressure on him, but he manages to get to Robertson. Robertson in towards Shea Adams. Well defended from Matvienko. Ukraine trying to get the ball away at the moment. They're under a lot of pressure. Shea Adams on the ball now. The ball's up in the air. Shea Adams gets it down towards Aaron Hickey. Tries to skip past Zinchenko. Zinchenko well defended, but his clearance hits Stuart Armstrong. And the ball's still on the right-hand side for Scotland. Stuart Armstrong now plays it forward to Scott McTominay, who's going to get the ball across again. And Ryan Christie there for the header. But it goes back to Andy Robertson, who tries to get it at the back post. And nobody's there for Andy Robertson. Scotland putting a lot of pressure on Ukraine there. What an opportunity that was. Nobody at the back post for Andy Robertson. Scotland, however, making chances. Perhaps too little, too late maybe for them. And why not visit our Facebook page? The best way to follow the Commentary Hub, go to facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. Ukraine, Buchan launches the goal kick forward. Scott McTominay's there. He's dispossessed. Ukraine on the attack now. Yaremchuk to Zinchenko. Zinchenko, there's a sea of bodies in front of him, but managed to weave himself through and find Siankov. Siankov looking for the space. Scotland players back at the moment. manages to find Matvienko in support, Mykolenko, so even in support. And Aaron Hickey gets the ball, hits it forward towards Shea Adams. Matvienko is there to support, goes back to Bushan. Bushan, who has been dodgy playing out from the back, but managed to get the ball cleared this time. Ball's in there at the moment. Cal McGregor is there to try and meet. He's looking for a foul. Ref says play on, and Ukraine are going to play on here. They've got Siankov on the left-hand side to meet Grant Hanley. Can he get the better of Grant Hanley? Yes, he can. He takes a shot. Craig Gordon with the save. Massive save there, Craig Gordon. Siankov got the better of Hanley, but Ukraine's still on the ball at the moment. It's Malinovsky. Malinovsky tries to play the ball towards Sviankov. Yarmolenko now on the right-hand side. Scotland players ask for offside. Ball's played all the way across. And Aaron Hickey was going to be getting there, but Zinchenko with an incredible amount of pace to meet Aaron Hickey and see it out for a throw-in rather than a Scotland breakaway. Look at that chance there. Skiankov had the better of Grant Hanley, got his shot away. Once again, Craig Gordon to the rescue for Scotland. 20 minutes to go here. Scotland really need to do perhaps the impossible just to even get this to extra time now. They have been up against it at certain points within the qualification campaign. Of course, they did finish second behind Denmark, which is no mean feat against an impressive Denmark team. Of course, beat Denmark in the final game of the group. And it's going to be a substitution now. Skiankov is going to come off for Mudryk. Skiankov has caused a lot of problems for Scotland on that left-hand side. And a fresh pair of legs isn't something really that Scotland would want to see at the moment. Malinovsky, an engine in the midfield for Ukraine today, going to come off for Shaparenko, who'll take his place in the midfield. Again, another player who's played well. All Ukraine players have been outstanding, almost flawless. The vast majority of the players today, they've really dug deep to get this, despite the limited amount of games they've had as a nation, of course. Plenty have been playing regular club football, as most of the players on the park here. Andy Robertson on the ball now to Jack Hendry. Hendry to Grant Hanley. Hanley forward to Armstrong. Back to McTominay. Scotland probing the attack line. Armstrong's going to take the shot. And Bushan with the save. It's a weak effort from about 20 yards there from Stuart Armstrong. Again, a bit more positive play there from Scotland. I believe that might even be the first shot on target of the game for them as well. So they'll be hoping for another. Ukraine get the ball forward. They are really digging in deep now. It looked as if Ukraine were going to go and push for the third, fourth and fifth goals after that second one went in. But after some pressure applied by the Scotland players, they do need to try and sit back and consolidate here. They're 2-0 up with 17 minutes to go. And if they can get through this, then it's a date at the Cardiff City Stadium against Wales. It's a poor pass from Jack Hendry towards Yarmolenko. Hendry is there to recover, but the referee blows for a foul on Zinchenko from Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie, of course, former Celtic player, playing at Bournemouth now, was part of their massively successful championship campaign. He will be playing Premier League football next season. Zinchenko, of course, just off the back of being a champion with Manchester City in the Premier League. Zinchenko now to Karavov. Yarmachuk holds the ball up well. Gets to Yarmolenko, all the way back to Zinchenko. Karavov, Scotland applying pressure now, but Yarmolenko does really well to flick that back towards Karavev. Ukraine on the ball now. Matvienko to Mykolenko. Mykolenko all the way back to Matvienko. Ukraine just digging in now, but still looking dangerous going forward. Yarmolenko on the ball now, looking for his options. He's got Zinchenko, back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko finds Stepanko, and it goes towards the substitute, Mudryk. Ball played across the park towards Karavev. Karavev to Zabranie. Zabranie to Shaparenko, the substitute. Tries to play a forward pass, well intercepted by Stuart Armstrong. Stuart Armstrong getting the ball moving now is to Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie towards Shea Adams. Shea Adams has got an awful lot to do here on the right hand side. Not got any support here. Can he try and get a shot away? Shea Adams. Christie isn't there for the deflection. John McGinn takes the shot and it's deflected off of Matvienko. Another opportunity for Scotland knocking at the door. Shea Adams does really well there under a lot of pressure on the right hand side to get past Matvienko, get the shot away. It's a great save from Bushan. John McGinn there with a follow up. Deflected off of Matvienko and out for a goal kick. Shea Adams down injured at the moment. Matvienko, who has been a rock in centre half, along with Zabarnie for Ukraine this evening. But it is going to be a corner, and it's John McGinn to take on the near side. McGinn's delivery goes all the way back towards Hanley, but nobody's there to meet the follow-up. Andy Robertson's the furthest man back for Scotland. He launches the ball towards Ryan Christie, and it goes all the way out of play for a goal kick to Ukraine. Scotland just not finding the answers at the moment to get themselves back into the game. And all it really maybe takes is a goal for Scotland. Even if there's minutes left to play, there's still, of course, 13 minutes at the moment, but as the time ticks down, it gets harder and harder for Scotland, even if they do manage to get that goal, for them to then go and try and get the second. It would be perhaps a minor miracle if they were to do so now, but they have the ball at the moment in their own half. Scott McTominay to Armstrong, back to McTominay. Ball's played forward, McGregor. McGregor to Stuart Armstrong. Armstrong is fouled. Scotland are going to take this quickly. Cal McGregor gives the ball to Andy Robertson. Scotland opting not to take the ball quickly, to try and get the ball then into the box. A couple of other substitutes then for Ukraine. We'll wait to see who's coming off, and it is going to be the goal scorer, Roman Yaremchuk, who scored that goal just at the start of the second half. A lovely header, which might well see Ukraine see this one out here at Hampden Park. Dobyuk is going to come on in his stead. Number 11 for Ukraine. And also coming off is Yarmolenko. And well, what an evening he has had. Yarmolenko has been the main man really for them. The full game caused so many problems. He's coming off for Zubkov. And the ball's in. Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson cleared the way. Cal McGregor's going to take the ball now, all the way back to Robertson. Robertson looking for the long pass. Gets it all the way across to Stuart Armstrong on the right-hand side. He's got a lot of space, and he's going to try and switch the play all the way over. And it's Bushan with the botched shot, and the shot goes in, and it's cleared off the line. Scotland players are saying it's a goal, and it has been given as a goal. Scotland are back in this. 2-1, and they are believing now at Hampden Park. They think it's on. Bushov with the botched clearance there, and he tries to save the ball from Callum McGregor's shot, and he just doesn't get the proper hand on it. He's been dodgy for them all evening, Bushon. Callum McGregor's shot, it's a poor shot from Callum McGregor's standards. Bushon tries to get the save in, and it just saves it, and it just doesn't get a good hand on it, and they can't clear it either from Stepanenko. Scotland back in this game. They will be pushing everything forward now to try and save their qualification campaign. Ukraine have just brought off a number of their stars, their best players in this game. Scotland potentially fancying themselves to get back in this. There's 10 minutes to go here. Callum McGregor's shot led to a Bushan error, which looped over his head and wasn't able to be cleared off the line by Stepanenko. Scotland now pushing forward. Andy Robertson on the ball now. Can he find his options? It's played all the way across. It's deflected. Is it out for a corner? Scotland players are asking for it. Ryan Christie's shot there deflects. I believe it is going to be a corner on the far side with Andy Robertson. 10 minutes to go here. Scotland 1, Ukraine 2. Scotland were all but out of this game, and now they are very much back in it. Robertson to take. Hanley's there, and it's well cleared by Zupiok. He's going to try and advance forward now. Scotland have to be wary of the counter-attack. They definitely need to be wary of the counter-attack because Ukraine find themselves in on goal. Brilliant recovery from Callum McGregor. Can he see the ball out? Yes, he can. What an opportunity there from Zubkov to try and get Ukraine to seal this game off, which it certainly would have. It was Dovbyk even who had the one-on-one opportunity. And absolute heroics there from Callum McGregor. A brilliant pass from Mudryk to Zukov, and he's just got to take his time. He's just got to get his bearings. He can't get the shot away because Callum McGregor is there to meet him. It is, however, a corner to Ukraine. Played all the way across. Karaviev towards Stepanenko at the back. He manages to get a hold of it. Shea Adams is there in the middle to get the clearance, but the clearance is only going to go as far as Zinchenko. Zinchenko gives it to Robertson. Ukraine have the ball at the moment, feeling flustered in possession. But Scotland do need to be wary of that counter-attack, as was just shown there. Mudryk sees the ball out of play. It's Aaron Hickey with the ball now. Things getting a bit more tense on the Ukrainian side. As I said, they've just brought off a number of the best players this evening. Malinovsky, Yarmolenko, Skyankov, Yarmachuk. Probably thinking that was that they could see it out. But Scotland still need to try and get that second goal. It's no guarantee yet. Aaron Hickey brought down there. It's going to be a free kick to Scotland. And surely not. Surely Scotland aren't going to get themselves back in the game. Scott McTominay dispossessed there. Mudryk on the ball. Mudryk skips past Hickey, goes down. They're asking for a foul. The referee says no. Play on. Ryan Christie on the ball now. Skips past Mudkov. And Shaparenko fouls there, and he finds himself in the book, the substitute. Scotland now pushing forward. They've got a free kick now. John McGinn and Aaron Hickey standing over it on the near side. A free kick to deliver into the box. Who's going to take it? John McGinn takes it short to Ryan Christie. Christie to Armstrong. Gets the ball in the box, but nobody's there in Ukraine. Going to try and push into a counter-attack, but Armstrong does well there to recover to Aaron Hickey. Hickey now looking for his options. He's just going to try and launch that into the box. He's got Hanley at the back post. Hanley gets it across. Well defended from Stepanenko. Ukraine have the ball now. Played forward. Zinchenko on the ball. Gets it to Zubkov. Or Shaparenko even. Shaparenko getting looking for his options. He gives it back to Zubkov. Ukraine just calming things down at the moment. Scotland got their numbers back. It's going to go all the way back to Bushan, who's at fault, of course, for the goal. A number of errors before that appeared to allow Scotland back into the game. And they may live to regret those errors if it results in a Scotland comeback here. Craig Gordon on the ball. Gordon towards McGinn. McGinn now. Christie gets past one, gets past two. Tries to get the pass towards Stuart Armstrong, but it's dispossessed. Scotland still have the ball at the moment. Jack Hendry. Hendry to Robertson. Robertson to McGregor. McGregor in the midfield to Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay to John McGinn. Can he find the space? It's a ball. It's Andy Robertson in the box. He turns. It's away. But Scotland managed to keep the ball going. Grant Hanley, Armstrong slips there as he was getting into possession. And Ukraine now launched into a counter-attack. Midkov tries to get the ball towards Dovbyk. Gordon now. A stray pass. Meets Stepanenko. Zinchenko towards Karaviev. I said Ukraine just calming the game down at the moment. We are 85 minutes played. Scotland 1, Ukraine 2. Ukraine were 2 goals to the good in this game. Scotland managed to find a bit of luck to get themselves back into the game. And now they are pushing for that second goal and the equaliser to take us through to extra time. Scotland on the ball now. Andy Robertson with the throw in his own half. Gets it back to Jack Hendry. Hendry to Hanley. Grant Hanley on the ball back to Jack Hendry. Pushing forward now. Scotland, they need this. They need a goal now if they're going to get anything. It's Cal McGregor on the ball. Andy Robertson. Robertson to McTominay. Throw in on the near side with Aaron Hickey. Hickey now takes the throw. It's back to Hickey. He goes down under Mudrik's foul. Does the referee give the foul? I believe he gives a goal kick to Ukraine. The clock is ticking for Scotland. Looking at some of your comments there, Ryan FTV said surely Scotland can't pull this back now. Well, there's still a lot to do to get to that situation for Scotland. And the clock is ticking for them as well. 87 minutes played here. Scotland 1, Ukraine 2. Ball's played forward. Hickey's there to meet. Referee blows for a foul. Scotland stop the ball. Jack Hendry back to Aaron Hickey. Hickey now. Forward pass towards Shea Adams. Shea Adams can't get a touch on there. And Matt Vidienko was there to see the ball out of play for Ukraine. Scotland edging closer, but they do need to get opportunities again if they're looking to try and get back into this game. They do. They are still 2-1 down, of course, but all the momentum and the Hampden Roar will be on the Scotland side at the moment to produce another magical Hampden moment, perhaps. Grant Hanley has the ball. He's going to leave the free kick for Craig Gordon to take. Everybody now up for Scotland. 88 minutes on the clock, 40 seconds. 88 minutes and 40 seconds. The seconds are ticking down. We await to see added time. Scotland on the ball. John McGinn can't get a hold of it. It goes all the way back to Aaron Hickey, who's the furthest man back for Scotland. He's under a bit of pressure, so gives the ball back to Craig Gordon. Craig Gordon now advances the ball forwards. Hendry asks for a foul. The referee waves play on. It's Mudryk on the ball. Mudryk now advancing forward. It's out for a throw in. Scotland to take. Aaron Hickey. Hickey to Ryan Christie. Well defended there. However, it goes as far as Aaron Hickey on the ball to Scott McTominay. Loses his footing, but manages to get the ball back to Andy Robertson, who's going to launch forward now. He launches the ball into the box with Grant Hanley. Nobody there to meet the ball running loose. It goes all the way back towards Andy Robertson, who is dispossessed there. And Ukraine now have the ball. What are they going to do with it? They're going to try and go for the corner or for the clinching goal. And it's out for a goal kick to Scotland. Massive let off there for Andy Robertson. The slip there could have cost Scotland greatly. But this game goes on. You can really feel the tension and the pressure. As 4 minutes of added time are issued, it is now or never for Scotland to get themselves back into this. Zinchenko on the ball, well dispossessed by Scott McTominay, who passes forward towards Shea Adams. He tries to get the better of Zubri. He tries to get past, and it's out. Is it going to be a corner? It is going to be a corner. Karavev can't see the ball out for a goal kick. Good pressure from Shea Adams there. And this really is now or never. Perhaps not the time for Craig Gordon to come up for any heroics yet. But that time may be coming soon. John McGinn now on the corner. It's now or never for Scotland. McGinn to take. Puts it in. Scott McTominay's running in the back post. Grant Hanley gets there. Its header just goes wide, not strong enough to get any kind of momentum on there. And it's out for a goal kick to Ukraine, but shoving in the box perhaps there. The referee gives a goal kick. Hanley has a bit of blood on his eye at the moment. And looking at some of the comments here, with just minutes to play. I see a commenter from the UK Football Hub saying Ukraine deserve to win this. Well, they certainly have been the better of the two teams today. Scotland got themselves back in the game with a bit of luck, and maybe a bit of luck that sees them through an equaliser if that is going to happen. But Ukraine have played excellently today. They're on the ball at the moment. Shaparenko dispossessed, however they still have the ball. Zinchenko. Shaparenko down injured, but Zinchenko is going to skip past one, skip past two. He takes the shot, and it's wide from Craig Gordon. An excellent opportunity there for Ukraine. A great shot, would have sealed the deal. The shot there from Mudryk. Scotland on the ball now. 2 minutes and 17 to play. Played up towards John McGinn. McGinn looking for the option in the box, but he gives it back to Hickey. Hickey across to Hanley, and it's out for a goal kick. And just a minute and 20 seconds left for Ukraine to hold out and see this game through. And I think it is time to name today's player of the match. Sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services, and the player of the match I'll be given today is to Yarmolenko for his opening goal and his all-round play, which has caused so many problems for Scotland this evening. He is my man of the match and the Commentary Hub's man of the match for this evening. Scotland now 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the 4 minutes of added time. There really isn't going to be many chances left here for Scotland. Aaron Hickey needs to try and get possession of the ball. He managed to get there. He hoofs the ball up the park towards Shea Adams. Shea Adams on the ball now. Or John McGinn even. Armstrong tries to push forward. He can't get past Shaparenko. Andy Robertson now. Andy Robertson dispossessed. Ukraine on the attack now. It's 3 versus 2. It's Mudryk. He's there on the left-hand side and he can't get possession of the ball there. Callum McGregor there to meet the recovery. But there's only 10 seconds left here. Scotland need to push this forward. Otherwise, it's game over. It's out for a throw-in to Scotland in their own half. And are they going to get the chance to get one more opportunity in this game? Or is that here? Zinchenko on the ball. It's out for another Scotland throw. John McGinn now. John McGinn to Christie in the midfield. Plays it back to Armstrong. They play it back again. We are into added time here. It's Hanley. Is that a handball from Zinchenko? The referee says no. The Scotland players stop. And that may be that here at Hampden Park. They're beating down on goal, and it's game over for Ukraine. Dobiuk with the goal to make it 3-1. And that is that here at Hampden Park. Ukraine get a well-deserved winner. As I said, Scotland just pushed every player forward there, left everybody, no one at all at the back. And it's Dobiuk with the goal to see out the game and see all that out for Ukraine. They are going to be meeting Wales on Sunday, and that is full-time here at Hampden Park. Scotland are out of the World Cup qualification. Ukraine go through. What a story for Ukrainian football. Everything that's going on at the moment, and they find the strength to go on. They defended really well in the late stages. Scotland really weren't able to try and get another opportunity in the game. They have been excellent for the win today. A brilliant goal by Dobiuk sees out the game. Full time. Scotland 1, Ukraine 3. The game started with early goal from Yarmolenko. Great ball from Malinowski towards Yarmolenko. He loops McGregor 33 minutes in. Then at the start of the second half, seen Yarmachuk, 49 minutes from play, get the second goal, perhaps what looked like the sucker punch goal. Callum McGregor rescued it perhaps back in the 79th minute with his shot, and the mistake from Buchanan goals. But for Scotland, that is a disappointing defeat. If you're going to lose to anybody, perhaps it would absolutely be to Ukraine. They were brilliant for their victory today. They were brilliant from the first whistle to the very last. Well worth the win. And they will meet Wales in the final of the playoffs for the World Cup to see who goes to Qatar between those two. But full time here from Hampden Park, it's Scotland 1, Ukraine 3.
Good evening, everybody. Russ Vernon here on the commentary for this evening. Just to give you the last few minutes updates of the finalisma between Italy and Argentina. 2-0 is the scoreline to Italy, thanks to goals in the first half from Lautaro Martinez and a fantastic dink over the keeper from Angel Di Maria. Argentina have just been absolutely fantastic. Lionel Messi has gone close on a number of occasions, saved well by Gianluigi Donnarumma. It's the final game for Giorgio Chiellini, who was the captain and played 45 minutes in the game this evening, as Italy will come forward trying to get to the last minute consolation goal, but they've lost out, and here come Argentina for a run forward. It's Lionel Messi. Can Messi score and see what has been an impressive game for Argentina? No, it's not Messi who scored, but it's 3-0 to Argentina. And it's Paulo Dybala with what could be the last kick of the match. A fantastic run forward from Lionel Messi, started the counter-attack off well by the number 23 of Argentina, by number 22, by the number 21, which is Paulo Dybala. He started off the move, gets it into Lionel Messi, and then Messi just ran and ran and ran towards the edge of the box. He lost out. He brought back to Dybala, who hit it across Gianluigi Donnarumma into the back of the net. And that seals the Finalisma title, going to the Copa America winners. Italy 0, Argentina 3. It has been a fantastic performance from Argentina. I must say, fantastic from start to finish in a game which has been played at Wembley Stadium. And that was the final act of the game. Lautaro Martinez with the goal on 28 minutes up with the scoring. Angel Di Maria's goal was the best of the match in first half stoppage time. And in the second half stoppage time, Paulo Dybala scored to make it 3-0 to Argentina. And that's how the Finalisma finished between the European champions, Italy, and the Copa America champions, Argentina. It finished Italy 0, Argentina 3. You've been listening to the commentary, and our feature match was Scotland against Ukraine. From myself, Russ, and from Jack Essen. Thank you very much for listening. Good night.